Welcome or welcome back to WatchAdvisor on YouTube, where the watches are the stars, and I'm looking at a star now, and he is the new CEO of Ublo. Julien Tornare. We know each other for a pretty long time.
Long time, yes.
Zenith, Vacheron Constantin, Zenith, then a short period with TAG Heuer.
Right, absolutely.
And now
Ublo.
Ublo.
Yes.
Can you, my audience asked me to ask you, what was your short interims at TAG Heuer?
Of course. No, after 6.5 years at Zenith, I was willing for a new challenge. And back at that time, Frédéric Arnault was being promoted to the head of the division.
Yeah.
So naturally, the position that was available at that time was TAG Heuer. And I was asked to join TAG Heuer. I accepted with great pleasure. I had 8 very intense months and great months. We were working on the Formula One project, so it was absolutely amazing. And then, of course, things speed up to reorganize at Ublo, and I had a discussion because within LVMH division, they were looking for someone that was having an experience in high-end watchmaking, which I had from my past. That was someone willing to transform more than continue what has been done at TAG Heuer. And we started the discussion between TAG Heuer and Ublo. And I have to be honest with you, Ublo is a brand that I always cherished in a particular way. You know, my old days with Jean-Claude Biver and all that, and it's a brand I know well. And when the position became available, I had no way but to accept it.
Okay. So guys, you have the answer because I read, ask him why. Oh, okay, done. Okay, now welcome at Ublo.
Thank you.
Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications.
I hope you have seen all our videos we have been posting about the novelties of Ublo, and the only watch we didn't have because it wasn't ready is here. It's the red one, so it really exists. It was not a joke, and they were not saying we can do red. They can. It's here. Just to let you know. Julien, 20 years, all the development behind of Ublo was material, special combinations,
True.
exceptional developments, the first red ceramic, bam.
Yes.
Are you continuing? Have you other plans for the brand? What would you say? What is the future, the good future for Ublo?
I will tell you exactly.
Okay.
First of all, on the celebration, in a nutshell, what I wanted to do is give tribute to these amazing 20 years of the Big Bang, and I give credit to my predecessors. One of the biggest success in the watch industry over the last 20 years has been Ublo. Okay, coming from a small brand, becoming a major player.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, of course, to the Big Bang. Within Big Bang, there were different themes that were very famous. One of them was the ceramic, but of course not only, the all black, the king gold, the magic gold, the original Big Bang, etc. So these were the main themes. On those ones, we wanted to upgrade the watch by incorporating new developments that happened over the last 20 years. Number one click, which people love. Number 2, and not the least, Unico movement, which is our in-house internal movement. Plus a special signature on every single of those watch, between the gold rotor with the signature for the anniversary, as well as a very discreet one on the crown.
I just have to say, everything is visible in our videos.
Perfect.
They're online. Look for them. You can see every detail. We've been filming an entire day at the headquarters. Thank you very much that we were able to do this
My pleasure.
ahead of time, because here it is impossible.
You're right. What we are going to do with Ublo is very simple. Ublo is perceived as probably the king or the master of new materials. It's clear. Ublo was always the first one to bring tons of innovation and creativity with new materials. Ublo has also been one of the most dynamic brands in terms of marketing. And this has to continue. So those 2 big engines will be reinforced even more in the coming years. But there is a third one that I want to speed up, is the watchmaking part of Ublo. People don't know enough about the skills.
But they don't know Matthias Butte?
They know Matthias Butte, but now Matthias Butte is more perceived either on MPs, so very high complication, or the new materials, because he's our king of ceramic and sapphire. What I want is put in place an upgrade of the global movement of Ublo, including the level of finishing, including all the characteristics, because that is something that people don't realize and they don't give enough credit to Ublo. I invite people to visit, to see how the Unico is made, to see how the Mecatan is made. And my job for the future will be to, next to these 2 engines, to raise the other one, which is pure watchmaking, because Hublot has so much to show.
I think this is true what he's saying, because lots of people still talk about Ublo and they say, yeah, it's ETA, it's Elita, they just put some plastic around and blah, blah. The brand is true, it's a little bit underestimated.
True.
Maybe the power of communication that was very strong, as you said, maybe didn't allow the product itself to come out and say, hello, I'm still here.
Absolutely.
You go to, wow, you know. Maybe this is what you should focus more on product and
Totally
less
true.
on the...
Totally true. Totally true. And it's a question of balance, because the marketing still has to be very dynamic.
Yeah.
We are going next year to bring a material that nobody in the world could even expect. It's
invisible watches. He will sell watches for a price of 1 million euros and you don't see it.
Could be. No, I promise you, you will see it and you will cuddle it.
Okay. Let me guess later. Every single brand has one iconic watch where you refer to.
True.
TAG Heuer has
True.
one, Zenith has one.
True.
I miss this iconic piece at Ublo.
Yeah.
And I know that you are very smart. Can you imagine the product or the watch of Ublo where you would say, this is my iconic watch? Is it the all black maybe? Or have you any idea which one it could be?
There are two schools of thought at Hublot. Some people would even go to a very thin, elegant, classic fusion, mixing in a very simple way the rubber and the gold. Majority of people, they would more go to the original titanium Big Bang that was back from 20 years ago. These are mostly the two that are most mentioned as iconic watches. I would pick the Big Bang, and you referred to it, but for me, the all black, if I'm right, the first all black ever was launched with Hublot. And then everybody's done all black. Would mention that one.
I don't know if you know that when they launched it, I was part of the launch. Journalist said, Mr. Beaver, how can I read the time? And you know, Jean-Claude, he said, are you gonna read the time? You look at your cell phone. He was really embarrassed about the question.
But
he said, this is art, this is something different. You really insisted and said, okay, there's no...
But it created the myth of the all black. And I think on ours now, on the re-edition, you can read the time because we made some contrast.
Of course.
But the fact not to read the time became a marketing concept.
Yes. This is Beaver.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, but could it be that you maybe take the all black and make it to the icon of the brand?
Sure.
No, I was just guessing.
Yeah,
no, because you think and you say, what is really the iconic product?
Yeah.
You need one.
Yeah,
Everybody has one.
Of course.
Even if it's not the best seller.
No, of course.
Maybe all black.
Maybe. I cannot tell you now, but I promise you that it could be.
Let me interrupt this video for a short moment, please. We need you to join our community on our website, www.watchadvisor.com. You can now discover more content. We are going to create forums. We have discussions. You can share stuff. You can come in discussion with me. We're going to present you more insights, more in-depth videos, more in-depth information, and so on and so on and so on and so on. It's all about watches. WatchAdvisor is the name. I am the watch advisor, you know that. This was the reason I'm interrupting this video, and now enjoy the rest of it.
Besides this, do you think that there is a global trend for more elegant watches? There's a global trend for, let's say, more refined watches, and a typical Hublot is not so refined, not so small.
No.
Can you imagine to go further and say, okay, we are developing a really elegant, but still in the DNA of Hublot watch, maybe a little bit going back in the roots of Hublot.
Yeah.
What was his name? The founder?
Mr. Crocco.
Mr. Carlo Crocco, thank you very much. Carlo Crocco, I knew him and he was fantastic person. And he was the first to combine caoutchouc with this, but there were still elegant watches. And even the King of Spain, it was his favorite watch.
True.
Do you think that this is also a way you want to go?
You know, at Hublot, we are kind of lucky because we have on one side the classic fusion, on the other side the Big Bang. Big Bang by definition and by name is big. So I'm not going to do small Big Bang. It doesn't make any sense. And I don't want to follow trends because I think Big Bang was born being bold and pretty big. It will remain. However, on the classic side,
you develop something new.
Of course. We have to go for fine, for elegant, for thin, for different touch. And we have plenty of projects to develop that. So you will see us coming there.
Hublot is a master of fusion. So you have to fusion elegance with sport.
Sure.
But on the more elegant side and still stay innovative with materials and so on.
We will.
You will?
Believe me, you will.
Okay.
Plus with a much bigger watchmaking approach.
Do you think that the watchmaking approach can also imagine to come out with really big complications and stuff like this?
Absolutely.
You want
Absolutely.
that?
You know,
besides of what Haute is doing in small series.
Yeah.
But can you imagine to have on a regular basis perpetual calendars and stuff?
Sure. Today, we make basically chronograph, and then it jump to tourbillons,
Yeah.
and then we go minute repeaters. But between tourbillon and chronograph, there is a big
Annual calendar.
Sure, plenty.
Split second, there's much stuff.
But I want to reinterpret this kind of complication also in a modern way, not to do it like the other brands are doing.
What about, just a thought of mine also, some of the materials, if you would just polish them or let them appear differently in one of the models.
Yeah.
This is also an approach because it was always done the same way.
For sure.
Nothing changed. And sometimes I asked myself, who is the buyer of Ublo? Because they do always the same watches. And it's year by year, a little bit of this, a little bit, but nothing new.
No,
Also
you're
a
right.
direction you will go.
I know. So, yes, you know, icons have to evolve in terms of design. Okay. We always talk about the 911 in Porsche, but each generation there is a lifting of the design. You keep the codes, but you lift. So
And
I can
inside,
give you a little hint on the fact that the Big Bang will have a lifting and the Classic Fusion as well. So you will see those models evolving in design, keeping the codes, but evolving. I'm not going to keep the same watch. Clear.
You hear that?
You will.
Okay. So many questions answered.
And Alex, soon we're going to have to invite you to visit the new manufacturer that we're building, because I'm planning to work on, you know, in Nyon we are
but you have
developing.
2 sites already. And
True.
you are...
but the third one is multiplying the global space by 2.5.
So you're building a third building?
Absolutely,
Oh,
big
wow.
one. And on that one, it's going to be, of course, to produce more and better, but it will be also part of the hospitality experience. And we will create such a unique way to welcome our fans, our friends of the brands, our clients, our Hublotista, that you will be blown away. And you will be part of the very first one to see it and share it with people watching you.
My camera will be with me, and we will
Please.
share it with the entire world.
Please.
This is a man who will change Ublo, I tell you guys, and
I love it.
I'm absolutely sure you will do that. I'm happy that you're here, and I keep my fingers crossed. Go for it. And with Jean-Christophe, you have a nice sparring partner. He's
I know.
a super guy.
I know.
He's a machine gun. He's everything but a machine gun with heart, a tank with a heart. But he is incredible. The man is a machine.
I'm looking forward to working with him.
And he will give you some hard time.
I know, but I'm looking forward.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Talking about Jean-Christophe Babin, please don't forget also to watch the interview we did with him yesterday. Very interesting, very funny. Also, we had some nice discussions like today with Julien Tornare, the new CEO of Ublo. Bye, guys.
Thank you very much.
And bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks a lot for watching the video on WatchAdvisor on YouTube. And if you think that this is your channel, please check out our website, watchadvisor.com, and especially our community section on our website to really get in touch with us, to share lots of things. You will get more detailed information about the watch industry, in-depth videos. More fun will happen there. So if you're interested, have a look at watchadvisor.com.